Take a deep breath and imagine blasting off into the stars, only to wake up in a world of laser battles and gleaming starships. Buck Rogers in the 25th Century, the groundbreaking 1979 sci-fi adventure, captured our hearts with its bold vision of the future. Today in 2025, let's journey through time with the cast, exploring their then and now stories. Gil Gerard was 36 when he starred as Captain William Buck Rogers, the charming astronaut frozen from the 20th century and revived in the 25th. His wit, daring piloting, and easy charisma made Buck a relatable hero, saving Earth while joking about 1980s slang. Fun fact, a former chemist, he quit a corporate job, drove a cab in New York, and landed his big break via a chance fare to the Love Story set. At 82 in 2025, Gil Gerard remains a sci-fi icon, active at conventions sharing Buck Rogers tales. Post-series, he starred in Airport 77 and Nuclear Hurricane, reuniting with Erin Gray. Overcoming addiction and health challenges via 2005 gastric bypass, he's thriving. His Buck legacy inspires space adventurers worldwide. Erin Gray was 29 as Colonel Wilma Deering, the fierce pilot and Buck's ally in Earth's Defense Directorate. Her strength and poise made Wilma a trailblazing heroine. Interesting fact, a former model for Sports Illustrated and L'Oreal's I'm Worth It campaign, Gray landed Wilma after an exhausting all-night shoot, winning the role with sheer determination. Now, in 2025 at 75, Erin Gray teaches Tai Chi, runs Heroes for Hire casting, and attends conventions. After Buck, she starred in Silver Spoons for 5 seasons and guested on Baywatch and Star Trek, Deep Space Nine. She's authored wellness books and joined web series like The Guild. Healthy and vibrant, Gray's Wilma remains a sci-fi beacon. Felix Silla was 42 when he brought Twiki, Buck Rogers' pint-sized android sidekick, to life in all 34 episodes of Buck Rogers in the 25th Century. Standing just under 4 feet tall, Silla's circus-honed acrobatics and playful energy made Twiki a fan favorite, delivering beeps and loyalty alongside Buck and Wilma. Fun fact, the Twiki suit was so hot during 12-hour shoots that crew called Silla the human sponge. He once sneezed mid-take, causing a hilarious blooper that cracked up the set. Felix Silla passed away at 84 in Las Vegas from pancreatic cancer. A stunt legend, he played Cousin It in The Addams Family, an Ewok in Return of the Jedi, and doubled kids in E.T. and Poltergeist. He performed with his harmonica band into his later years. Silla's joyful Twiki legacy continues to charm sci-fi fans worldwide. Mel Blanc was 71 when he voiced Twiki, the lovable android sidekick in Buck Rogers in the 25th Century. Known as the Man of 1,000 Voices, Blanc brought Twiki's beeping chatter and witty one-liners to life. Fun fact, Blanc recorded Twiki's lines in a single session per episode, often improvising beeps and quips, and once ad-libbed a sneeze, to match Silla's on-set blooper, creating a hilarious in-joke for the crew. Mel Blanc passed away on July 10, 1989, at age 81 in Los Angeles from heart disease and emphysema. His 6-decade career included voicing nearly every major Warner Brothers cartoon character, plus roles in The Flintstones and The Jetsons. Married to Estelle with 1 son, he left an unmatched legacy in voice acting. Tim O'Connor was 52 when he took on the role of Dr. Elias Hewer, the authoritative yet warm-hearted director of Earth's Defense Directorate, and Buck's trusted mentor in the first season of Buck Rogers in the 25th Century. O'Connor's Hewer dispensed cutting-edge gadgets, strategic wisdom, and paternal guidance amid interstellar threats, grounding the show's flashy action in human depth. Interesting fact, a lifelong fan of the 1930s Buck Rogers serials starring Buster Crabbe, O'Connor was overjoyed when creator Glenn A. Larson cast him, often geeking out on set about classic pulp adventures that inspired his performance. Tim O'Connor passed away at age 90 from colon cancer in Nevada City, California. A TV powerhouse with over 400 episodes of Peyton Place as Elliot Carson, plus arcs on Dynasty, General Hospital, and guest spots in The Twilight Zone and Star Trek. The Next Generation, he later directed at the Foothill Theater Company, and co-starred with Erin Gray in the 2011 film Dreams Awake. Eric Server was 34 when he provided the calm, authoritative voice of Dr. Theopolis, the sentient computer disk and wise advisor to Buck Rogers in the first season of Buck Rogers in the 25th Century. Theopolis, affectionately called Theo, offered tactical insights, ethical counsel, and holographic displays from its glowing 9-inch frame, often perched on Tweaky's shoulder. Fun fact, Server voiced Theo while simultaneously playing Licite Najim Steiger, a recurring cop character, in 17 episodes of BJ and the Bear during the same period, juggling 2 hit NBC shows without missing a beat. At 80 in 2025, Eric Server lives a low-key life after semi-retiring from acting in the 1990s. Healthy and residing in California, he occasionally shares convention stories about his sci-fi voice work. Server's Theo remains a cherished part of Buck Rogers lore, symbolizing the blend of tech and wisdom that defined 1970s futurism. Thom Christopher was 40 when he soared into the role of Hawk, the stoic half-man, half-bird warrior from the bird-like Throm race, in the second season of Buck Rogers in the 25th Century. Christopher's Hawk became Buck's fierce new ally aboard the Searcher starship, wielding deadly precision in battles against cosmic foes, while grappling with his extinct people's legacy. Interesting fact, to nail Hawk's avian authenticity, Christopher studied bird movements at the Bronx Zoo, incorporating subtle wing-like gestures that director Barry Crane praised as elegant menace. Thom Christopher passed away on December 5th, 2024, at age 84 in a New York hospital after a long illness. He also guested on Star Trek, Deep Space Nine, and voiced characters in Murder, She Wrote. His Hawk endures as a symbol of resilient otherness in sci-fi, inspiring winged icons ever since. Wilfrid Hyde-White was 77 when he charmed audiences as Dr. Goodfellow, the eccentric elderly scientist and inventor aboard the Starship Searcher in the second season of Buck Rogers in the 25th Century. Appearing in all 13 episodes of 1981, Goodfellow's insatiable curiosity and bumbling genius led to wild gadget mishaps and heartfelt wisdom, providing comic relief and warmth to the crew's deep space quests. Interesting fact, this role marked a rare father-son on-screen pairing, as Hyde-White shared scenes with his actor son, Alex Hyde-White, who played Dr. Goodfellow's young assistant in several episodes, creating unscripted family banter that delighted the crew. Wilfrid Hyde-White passed away on May 6, 1991, at age 87 from heart failure in Woodland Hills, California. A bon viveur known for his gambling and tax exile life in America, he starred in classics like The Third Man and won a Tony for the Jockey Club Stakes. His Goodfellow endures as a quirky sci-fi sage, blending humor and heart for future generations. Dennis Haysbert was 25 when he began appearing in Buck Rogers in the 25th Century, playing various minor supporting roles across 5 episodes. Often cast as authoritative figures like a communications probe officer or security personnel, Haysbert brought a commanding presence and quiet intensity to the futuristic backdrop, helping flesh out Earth's Defense Directorate amid laser battles and alien invasions. Interesting fact, Haysbert's Buck Rogers appearances were so early in his career that he juggled them with odd jobs, including grocery store shifts. Now, at 71 in 2025, Dennis Haysbert remains a powerhouse in entertainment, voicing God in the Netflix hit Lucifer and narrating A&E's American Justice series. Post-Buck, he exploded with Pedro Serrano in the Major League Trilogy, President David Palmer on 24, earning Golden Globe nods, and Sergeant Jonas Blaine on The Unit. As Allstate's reassuring spokesman since 2004, he's a cultural staple. Healthy and active, with voice work in Kung Fu Panda and video games like Splinter Cell, Haysbert's commanding legacy spans screens big and small. Pamela Hensley was 28 when she captivated audiences as Princess Ardala, the cunning draconian royal bent on conquering Earth in Buck Rogers in the 25th Century. Appearing in the 1979 pilot film and 3 additional episodes, Hensley's sultry charisma, velvet voice, and extravagant gowns made Ardala a seductive yet ruthless antagonist. sparking fiery tension with Buck Rogers. Fun fact, Hensley's Persian cats, named Hot Tin and Roof after cat on a hot tin roof, frequented the set, once prompting a playful meow-off between her and co-star Gil Gerard during a rehearsal break. Now, at 75 in 2025, Pamela Hensley has embraced a private life since retiring from acting in 1985. Post-Buck, she starred as C.J. Parsons and Matt Houston for 3 seasons, and appeared in films like Rollerball. Hensley's Ardala remains a beloved sci-fi siren, celebrated by fans for her timeless, glamorous villainy. Felix Hyde-White was 20 years old when he appeared in Buck Rogers in the 25th Century, playing multiple supporting roles, including Technician, Ensign Moore, and Lieutenant Martin across several episodes. As a fresh-faced Universal contract player, he brought youthful energy and reliability to the high-tech crew of Earth's Defense Directorate, handling communications and tactical duties amid Buck's interstellar escapades. Fun fact, Alex landed his big break screen testing for Battlestar Galactica pilots alongside his father, using dialogue from one of Wilfrid's plays, which paved the way for his Buck Rogers gigs and created rare father-son sci-fi synergy. Now, at 66 in 2025, Felix Hyde-White continues to thrive in Hollywood, recently cast as Papa Quarry in Peacock's Fight Night, a gritty 1970s drama about Muhammad Ali's ring return. Known for Reed Richards and the unreleased 1994 Fantastic Four, hailed by fans as the definitive Mr. Fantastic, he's worked with Spielberg twice in Indiana Jones and The Last Crusade and Catch Me If You Can, plus roles in Pretty Woman and Nope. Active in Southern California, his versatile career bridges eras with enduring charm. Michael Ansara was 57 when he first appeared as Killer Kane, the ruthless, scar-faced commander and chief antagonist to Buck Rogers in Buck Rogers in the 25th Century. As a Lebanese-American actor often cast in authoritative villain roles, he infused Kane with Shakespearean depth, turning the draconian warrior into a memorable sci-fi nemesis. Interesting fact, Ansara met his future wife Barbara Eden on a studio-arranged date during his Broken Arrow run. Years later, while voicing the Blue Djinn on her series I Dream of Jeannie, Michael Ansara passed away on July 31st, 2013, at age 91 in Calabasas, California, from complications of Alzheimer's disease after a long illness. A screen legend with iconic turns as Cochise on Broken Arrow, Commander Kang across 3 Star Trek series, and Mr. Freeze in the DC animated universe, he voiced and acted in over 150 projects. Married 3 times, including to Barbara Eden from 1958 to 1974, with whom he shared son Matthew, who died in 2001. He left a 3rd wife, Beverly Kushida, and a profound legacy of commanding villains and heroes that still echoes in sci-fi halls of fame. Gary Coleman was 11 when he guest starred as Hieronymus Fox in 2 episodes of Buck Rogers in the 25th Century. As a pint-sized child genius and president of the planet Genesia, Fox outsmarted villains with his quick wit and high-tech gadgets, charming audiences with his precocious energy alongside Buck Rogers. Fun fact, Coleman's role was written specifically for him by creator Glenn A. Larson, who saw him steal scenes on different strokes and insisted on casting the young star, even adjusting shooting schedules to accommodate his sitcom commitments. Gary Coleman passed away on May 28, 2010, at age 42 in Provo, Utah, from a brain hemorrhage following a fall, compounded by lifelong health issues including kidney disease. After Buck, he continued as Arnold Jackson on different strokes until 1986, starred in films like On the Right Track, and guested on shows like The Simpsons. Despite personal struggles with legal issues and health, he remained a pop culture icon. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.